It's water time. Oh my gosh. Straight from the fridge. A lot of times what winds up happening is I fill up the Brita filter and then I just leave it on the counter and I don't put it in the fridge. Man, such a huge difference between water from the fridge and water from the counter. Although, I prefer room temperature pop, which I think is weird. I've realized over the years of being a human and interacting with other humans that most people do not prefer room temperature pop. Almost every single time I go to grab a drink, people are like, there's some in the fridge. Don't you want a cold one? And I'm like, nah, I'm good. I try to play it off as just like, this is more convenient and I'm lazy, so it's fine. Instead of explaining, I actually prefer room temperature pop. Because my reasoning is that when you take pop out of the fridge, right, it's got all of the carbonation inside. If it's room temperature and you drink it, the carbonation isn't quite as caustic on your mouth. But if it's come directly out of the fridge and you drink it, it's like, I cannot drink very much of this because it is freezing cold and the carbonation is crazy right now. It's just like, I can't. It's too much. It's too much. I really can't handle the fizz, I think is more the problem than anything. But when it comes to water, it's just out of sight, out of mind. Maybe not out of sight, out of mind. It's more like the second that there's water in the Brita filter, I'm like, cool, I did my job. And then I just leave it. So I don't follow through is the problem with water. We just got done with the co-optional podcast. I felt so bad. Proton John was on, who I love. I love him so much. He's amazing. And I was really excited for him to be on the show, and he was really excited to be on the show. And then the entire time, not so much near the end, but for a long period of time during the podcast, he could not hear anything that we were saying. He was having such bad audio problems, and I felt so bad for him. So I hope that we have him on again so that he gets another shot, so that he can, you know, experience all of that again. But I just realized I left a candle burning in the bedroom. I should probably run and blow that out. Hold on. Hold on. I can do this fast. I can do this fast. Okay. Nothing was burning. Nothing was on fire, so we're fine. I was like, oh no! What if things are being lit on fire? I never used to have weird concerns about candles. Let's talk about candles 2 days in a row. So, I used to know a lot of people who would be like, I don't like having candles in the house because, you know, it's an open flame. And I'd be like, it's not really that big. Sorry, I ran. I'd be like, I like candles. It's not a huge deal. I just leave candles burning all the time, which is true in college. And now, I think probably because I haven't had candles around the house for a while. When I light a candle, if I leave the room, I'm suddenly filled with this weird anxiety of like, what if one of the cats knocks it over? I think that's another thing, is that I never went through a huge candle stage while also owning cats. And when you have cats and candles, you start to be concerned because they do the like knocking things off of tables, and it's a heavy candle, it's a big candle, so I don't think that they can knock it over, but I'm still like, I was still instantly overwhelmed with this anxiety of like, oh no, they're gonna knock that candle over so fast. What were we even talking about? Oh, I was talking about John. Yeah, so I'm hoping that we get to have him come back on so that he can experience the podcast without all of the stress of like, I'm gonna switch laptops, I'm gonna reset my router, I'm gonna leave the call and then come back. Just trying to make it work so desperately. I found out today that Twitch has Second Life banned from being streamed, which I think is interesting. I was joking, well kind of joking, but kind of not joking. We were talking about Second Life, and I was saying, oh man, I'm totally gonna make a Second Life character because they're like adding in Oculus Rift support. And I was like, I'm gonna make an Oculus Rift character. I'm gonna make a Second Life character and then stream it, which Second Life is well known for being a place where people cyber a lot. So they were like, don't do it, you'll get kicked off so quick. But I didn't realize they legit like banned the game. you cannot play Second Life on Twitch, which was hilarious to me. I was like, man, you've got a bad reputation, Second Life. We were talking about it because PlayStation Home was shut down. So we're like, oh man, the other Second Life got shut down. Is the first Second Life still around? Yep, and it's getting Oculus Rift support. But it'll probably be the first of its kind like that, I guess, right? Because that's what people are waiting around for, is when somebody is going to develop an Oculus Rift or other virtual reality type game where you just lay down or sit down, you put it on, and then you're just in an MMO or a social game of some sort. And if Second Life wound up being the very first one to really do that with a VR headset, I mean, I don't even know if that would really help them out. Because people would still be like, ah, Second Life, ah. They'd wait around for somebody else to do it, I think. But I don't know. I don't even know what the... What am I trying to say? I don't know what the numbers are like for Second Life. Like, how many people are still playing that game, you know? Yeah, who even knows? But, awesome things. Last night, Sherlock Holmes was released. So I stayed up pretty late playing Sherlock Holmes, and that was awesome and totally worth it. That game is great. If you want proof, if you go on Press Heart, my very first episode of that game is up right now. And yeah, if you like it, you should seriously play it. It's been so fun so far. I'm really excited to play more of it. So yeah, I'm delighted. I'm delighted with that game. And it's nice to have 2 playthroughs going too. To have like both Hot to Full Boyfriend and Sherlock Holmes. I think that those are both like my 2 wheelhouses, right? Like weird, dumb Sherlock Holmes games and then dating sims. Those are like my 2 favorite sort of worlds. So to have them both happening at the same time, I'm like, yes, I'm totally into this. This is so great. But I fortunately already finished the manga. If you want to tune into Manga Purd, we're reading Claymore, chapters 1 through 24, which, by the way, I love Claymore, so I'm like super okay with that. I didn't like the end of the manga, not the end of the manga, the end of the anime, which is like a standard reaction, so I'm not really out of the woods there. I just used that totally wrong. Out of the woods is something that you say to mean you're out of danger. I.e., in the woods, you can't see anything very clearly and it's hard to run away. But if you're out of the woods and you're in the fields, then you're fine and you'll be able to see danger more clearly. I used out of the woods to mean, how did I even use it just now? Oh, I used out of the woods to mean, like, that my feelings were outside of the norm, which does not make sense at all. But I tried. I tried to make it make sense, and I failed you. So, at least I can come to terms with that and realize that I used that term incorrectly. I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm gonna make dinner tonight, and I'm really excited about it because I haven't made dinner in a while. I've been ordering in or getting bad food, and I've been on a crazy, like, internet binge of just looking up meals that I want to make so badly and then just not making them. So I decided tonight I'm actually going to make something. I'm going to make a foil salmon bake, which I've never done before. I don't think that I've ever done like a wrap this thing in foil, wrap like 8 things in foil and then throw them in the oven. So that should be pretty simple, especially since we have Manga Pod. I'm delighted. I am delighted about that. And the house is coming along so well, guys. I'm not going to show you the living room yet, but it's like I've hung up a lot of prints and a lot of the boxes that were still just idling in the living room are gone now, and I'm just so happy. I would love for all of that to be done before Sam gets home. Not that it matters, but it would just be fun. It would be fun for there to be like a transformation, right? Like a total obvious difference that happens. My biggest thing right now is that I have so many empty boxes that I really need to break down and take to recycling. So once I've done that, that'll clear up a bunch of space too. I'm excited. It's fun. It's fun, guys. But Fun guys. Lol, like mushrooms. I'm gonna go. But I hope you guys have had an amazing day, and I'll talk to you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.